Hello, my name is Herbert Fernandez Tamayo, and today I would like to show you some details about my capstone project. So first, we're going into the automated machine learning experiment. First, we are importing the dependencies. Then I'm using the data set from one of my data set from my work, which is related to homicides in El Salvador during the year of 2018. More details about in my readme.md file. Okay, so the dataset is available from my GitHub. So next, we're creating the experiment, and then the compute cluster that we will use to run the experiment. Okay, as you can see, it's a standard D2B2. Okay, next some AutoML configurations. For example, the primary metric, which is accuracy, and max concurrent iterations. In a future release, that would be great to experiment with different setting of these values. More details in my README. And then we will use the task, which is classification. And the key column is sex. In Spanish is sexo. Okay, and we have a max number of validation of 5. Okay, so then we run the experiment, and these are some details. The best model was body ensemble with an accurate of 0.8828. Okay, and these ones are some others experiments tried by the AutoML. So some graphics between other facts. Some more details we may find in this widget. All right. So what about the best model? As you can see, this was the best model with the best accuracy. Okay, so from here, I would like to show you the details of my hyperparameter tuning experiment. This is how I import the dependencies. Again, the same data set, the information about the experiment. Okay, also the same compute cluster. It will be great to try a different, platforms to compare some performance between other facts. And some HyperDrive configuration. We will use random parameter sampling in the future. It will be great to use some Bayesian parameter sampling as my recommendation in the readme.md file. Okay, some parameters that we should set in this case. Okay, and we will use the scikit-learn library to run our experiment. Okay, also it is important the train.py file, which is the key to run the experiment. So more details in my repository. Okay, great. So let's run the experiment. This was the result. The best metric I got this was 0.89. Okay, so as you can see, the accuracy of the hyperparameter experiment was better than the AutoML experiment. But from my point of view, it was almost the same result. So I decided to deploy both model because for two reasons. I would like to test if the deployment process was the same for the two of them. I mean the two of the experiment, and it wasn't. The process is totally, in some cases, is very different. And the second one reason is just for learn more about this experiment, how they could be deployed between other facts. So let's get back to the AutoML experiment. Okay, here's how I obtain my best model. Then we have to register this best model using this one. And then we're going into the model deployment process. It would be great to use the scoring a scoring file as well as the environment information of the experiment. And this is the source code how we deploy the model using web services. Okay, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. The key to success in this part is the an accurate scoring.py as well as the environment file and the information of your model that it should be deployed. So from here, if we got the succeeded message, we are going in a good path. So let's test this deployment. I choose some sample data. Okay, as you can see, this is the sample data. Okay, so from here, let's run this. Okay, then we send a request to the web services, and this is the response, as you can see, and we can compare the result with the original data. Okay, so these are the logs files from the AutoML web service deployment. Okay, let's get back to the hyperparameter deployment process. Okay, from here, I decide to evaluate what files are available in my baseline model. As you can see, here is my hyper model file. Of course, this is from the training.py file. It is so important to get the best model here because it is easier to register in the best model in the hyperparameter. So we have the best model here, and we have to register, and then we go into the deployment process. Here is the information from my environment. It's kind of different for the AutoML experiment. You can see the difference in the source code. Okay, then we have to code this file score.py that it will be how to interact with our model. Okay, so from here we have all the information to deploy the best model into our web services. Okay, as you can see, it succeeds the process. This is a different form how to test the model. For example, I chose from my data set this record, okay, and here I have an array, okay. Then I have to convert it to a JSON file, and both experiments is very different to have the data in JSON format. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, and we should send a request. Okay, and as you can see, we have a 200 response status code, and this is the output. Of course, it is a different way to test the information. In part is because how scikit-learn works. Okay, and these are the logs files. Okay, so finally, we may check the endpoints, both endpoints. For example, this is the hyperparameter. As you can see, the deployment state is healthy. Everything is working. Is working. As you can see in the deployment logs. Okay, then we should check the AutoML web services. Okay, and everything seems working properly. All right, so finals uh, process. It is a good idea to delete the web services and the compute cluster because they won't be useful. Okay, in order to to clean our uh, work environment. So from here, it's all for me now. I have to say it really was a great experiment, a great experience running this capstone project. Uh, I I asked a lot of questions in our knowledge forum from Udacity. So yes, it was a great opportunity for me to learn. So I guess it's all for me now. I would like to show you some of the questions that I asked some days ago. As you can see, there's a lot of. Okay, so it's all for me now. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day.